With TikTok being one of the biggest social media platforms in the world right now, it makes sense for people to capitalize on the platforms they've built on the app. With so many highly followed influencers on the app, their popularity is bringing in more and more fans and viewership, so it seems only fitting to make some money off your platform and reach. Well, it seems like Noah Beck was trying to do just that when fans called him out. The TikToker was apparently charging $10,000 for TikTok duets, and though fans were angry about the steep price point, Noah has now addressed the controversy and has cleared things up a bit for everyone. What's going on, guys? I'm your host Bree Room and welcome back to IO. Today we're going to talk about how Noah Beck has addressed some of his most recent backlash, but before we get started, make sure you guys stick around until the end for some bonus content. Now let's get into the story. Over the weekend, TikToker Noah Beck faced some backlash after fans caught Noah charging $10,000 to duet on the platform. As one of the biggest names on TikTok, it's no surprise that he'd be charging money for the opportunity to do a TikTok with him, but asking 10 grand seems a little steep. Beck has over 18 million followers on the app, many of whom are die-hard fans of his, so knowing that there's a chance to collab with him would be the chance of a lifetime were it not so expensive. Obviously, this caused a lot of backlash since most people can't afford to dish out so much money, and this had people criticizing his image online. One fan tweeted out saying, quote, "I'm not criticizing you, but I think it's a bit unfair that you charge $10,000 for a simple duet to all the people who supported you and believed in you." While another fan said, quote, "Who does he think he is?" More fans said that he thinks he's someone like Harry Styles, and others added that his pricing was close to that of college fees. And I would know. They're expensive. Basically, the consensus here was that fans were not happy about how entitled these prices made Noah look. Now, before I continue, I just want to chime in here and ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far. It really helps us out when you do, and we love seeing your positive feedback, so please go ahead and smash that like button. So now, following this backlash, calling Noah entitled, and just having a lot of people upset about his pricings, he's actually responded to this drama and has sort of cleared things up a bit for a lot of people. Paparazzi got the scoop from Noah when asked about the backlash surrounding his TikTok pricings, and it was then that he revealed that those prices were actually set for brands. I think the confusion here was that when fans saw this collaboration pricing thingy, they probably assumed that it was for duetting with fans, since he's done that in the past, but it turns out it's just for brands looking to partner with TikTokers. As Noah and a lot of other big name influencers are gaining a lot of traction on the app, as well as on other forms of social media, brands are now looking to branch out and find ways to advertise to certain audiences, and so that's where this collaboration tab came into play. Noah also went on to say that his $10,000 price point was not his fault, and that it was automatically set at that price without any of Noah's influence. Even Noah admitted that this price point was a bit ridiculous, saying that he doesn't believe that anyone should be charging $10,000 for a duet. Addressing his fans' criticisms of seemingly charging money for duets with his fans, Noah said that he's never charged for something like that before, and that this confusion must have come from the fact that, quote, "people don't really seem to understand what the feature is," end quote. Looks like things are pretty much cleared up, and Noah never really meant to make people think that he was charging for duets with his fans. Though this drama did sort of show Noah's kind of considerate side by addressing this drama with his fans, it was also sort of eye-opening to see how much people are charging for brand deals. Really, $10,000 for a TikTok collaboration? That is a lot of money for a short video. Maybe I should start making TikToks. Nah, I'm kidding. I could never do that. But what do you guys think about this whole scandal? It was pretty short-lived, but did you hear of it before? Did you actually think that he was charging so much for fan duets like everyone else? And what do you think about the fact that these influencers are making so much money from brands? Let me know down in the comments, but before we wrap things up, let's do some comment shoutouts from our video. Khloe Kardashian claps back at internet trolls for this. Haunted Owl says, "Imagine needing the Kardashians to do your civic duty to vote. Next thing you know, I'm gonna need them to remind me about jury duty also." Honestly, when I read this comment, the first thing that came to mind was an app. The Kardashians have like a bajillion apps, from like shopping to makeup to, remember that like Kimoji thing? I don't know if it's still a thing, but you know, they have a billion apps. So I feel like at this point, they're gonna be like, oh, let's be super woke and come up with an app about like politics and like where you can vote and all this information and blah blah blah. Like, I feel like this is the next thing that's coming. Watch out. If they take this idea, Message them. I deserve all the credit. Michael Ian Johnson said, y'all shouldn't be looking to the Kardashians to tell you to make good choices considering the amount of bad decisions they've made COVID-wise. You have a point. They were literally facing backlash about COVID and the election in the same week. Maybe you shouldn't be looking up to people who are getting backlash about two things in the same week. That is toxic. Ollie Oxenfree says, I always assumed that they were Trump supporters, not including Kanye. He's a close friend of the family, and Kim has been using that relationship to help her prison reform project. Yeah, I think they were also getting a lot of backlash because they never really said who they were voting for. I don't think they would have, just because, you know, Kanye was out there and they were like, I don't want to support you, but, you know, I don't know, they were really in that gray area, and especially with Kim getting the backlash for wearing a red shirt, people thinking that she voted for Trump. I don't know. I don't think they really would ever come out and say who they're voting for just to like keep their fan base together, you know? I feel like they lose a lot of fans depending on what side they're on. But thanks guys for all your comments and for sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, why not hit that subscribe button to join the IO family and go ahead and turn on notifications so you never miss out on a new upload. That's all I've got for you guys today, but until next time, stay safe, be considerate, and drink some water too. It's good for you. TTFN, my dudes. But really, it just turns out that it's for brands looking to partner with addressing his fans' criticisms of seemingly charging money for, and no one never really meant to make people think that he was charging for, and no one never really meant to make fans think that, oh my gosh.